When we're growing up, I don't think we really realize how important our parents are to us, how much they're going to impact our life from the days that we're a child to as we grow and even as an adult. Some of the lessons they taught us, some of the times they took us aside to show us things, I don't think we realized how important it was and is going to be. I feel like we take for granted our parents. Sometimes we're even embarrassed by our parents, and all they do is love us. All they want is to see us be the best people that we can be. Even though my parents may have made some mistakes, they did some things that they probably shouldn't have did, I still love them very much. And I would have to say the hardest time of my life was losing my mother. I don't know how many of y'all have lost a parent, or both your parents, or your mother specifically, but when it happened, it hit me hard. It hit me real hard. I'm gonna tell y'all the story about how it happened so some of y'all can relate to me. I have a message behind the meaning. Our parents were separated at the time. They hadn't been separated long. We got the family together. We all went out to dinner, and I think it was a holiday of some sort. I can't remember. We were celebrating, and for some reason, me and my dad were getting into an argument. We were at the table arguing and going back and forth, and it was just an awkward moment. In the middle of the argument, my mother just said, "Stop, stop." She started yelling. She got all worked up, and all of a sudden we could tell something was wrong with her. Something wasn't right. So that night, she went to the hospital. And that night is the night we found out that she has stage 4 cancer. And if you guys know about cancer, well, stage 4 doesn't give you much hope. You see, my parents were divorced, so I'm her oldest child. I'm the next of kin. So when she went to the hospital and she fought the cancer, and it was an aggressive cancer. See, when she went to ICU and she wasn't able to make her own decisions, I had to make them. The doctors called me and asked me what they should do. I was 23 years old. I didn't know what to do. I just wanted her to survive. One of the hardest struggles I ever had to face in my life was knowing that my mother only had a 20% chance to live from the beginning. But the doctors only told me this. And he told me, if you tell the family, if your whole family knows that she only has a 20% chance to live, they're not gonna have any hope. And when they go to visit her, they're not gonna be able to give her the strength she needs. So you know what I had to do? I had to keep it secret. I had to keep it secret and not tell nobody that she wasn't gonna live. And every time I went to see her, I cried a little more than everybody else. I was more sad than everybody in the room, and nobody understood why. Because I knew that she wasn't gonna survive. But I kept that secret. I kept that secret to give her strength. I thought maybe it would be enough strength for her to survive. So one time, she was on a ventilator. So we would ask her questions, and she would write down the answers. And we asked her, like, how is she doing? How do you feel? And she looked sad. I could see the pain in her eyes. She was feeling worn down. And she wrote down on that paper, she says, "I'm ready to die." And it hurt real bad when she said that, because I knew that these decisions were up to me. So when the doctor came in that day, I told him I want to talk to him. And I told him that I think that it's time. The next time she has to get in this ventilator, we might just have to let her die, because she's hurting. She's hurting too much, and I don't want to see it anymore. Because this was a decision I had to make on my own. But when they called me, when I was at work and they called me and they said, "Hey, if we don't put her on a ventilator, she's gonna die." I'm not God. I can't make a decision if she lives or dies. I can't have that on my conscience. I can't have nobody blaming me saying it's my fault. So I told him, put her on that ventilator, save her. Just do what you gotta do to make sure she survives, because I can't have these decisions on my conscience, on my soul. She fought, and she fought. She was strong. She got out of the ICU. She started to get better. She used to always say, I'm a strong Dutch woman. My mom was born in Europe. She's a full Dutch, so I'm half Dutch. And that's all she used to always say. I remembered, I'm a strong Dutch woman. I knew she would survive. We all had hope, but deep down inside, I knew the truth. I knew the truth. And that day did come when my aunt called me and she said, hey, at this point she was in hospice, she was at the house now, and we kind of accepted that the day would come. And my aunt called me one day and we came, me, my brother, my sister, my dad, and we sat around her. She was in the bed, her eyes were closed, and we all knew that something was about to happen. And we were there for a couple hours just waiting, and just that moment came when she opened her eyes and she looked us all in the eyes. And one last time, I think she was just waiting for us all to be there, and she looked us all in the eyes, and you could see peace embody her. And she laid back and she died that day. And we watched her die, and watching somebody die isn't exactly like you think it is. It's something you don't ever want to see, especially someone as important as your mom. And that memory repeated in my mind over and over, still to this day. You see, she was only 80 pounds, all the chemotherapy. She didn't look the same like she used to. That day, that memory, it never went away. It was the pain, a pain I never felt before. I was only 23 years old, and part of me blamed myself. I thought maybe I could have did better. Maybe I made the bad decisions. Maybe I could have been a better next to kin. I don't know, but to this day, I don't blame myself. It's just, that's what was meant to be. And the pain that I went through that day, I thought it was unbearable. I didn't think I can go through it. You see, my mom died exactly 7 days before Christmas. And right after she died, we realized that my grandfather was sick. My dad's dad was sick. So we just flew in. We went straight to the hospital to go see him. I looked in his eyes. We had a conversation, and I knew right when I saw him that his time was coming close. And I walked out of that door, and I was going through so much pain because my mom died. And we rushed the funeral and had it quick because we had to go see our grandfather. And my aunt walked up to me and she says, what do you think? How do you think he looks? I looked her in the eyes and I said, I don't really want to tell you what I think. I don't want to hurt you. And she says, no, tell me what you're thinking. And I said, he's got the same look in his eyes that my mom had not long before she passed. And, she started crying and I felt bad, but I just told her the truth. And my grandfather died about a week later, 1 week after Christmas. I remember sitting there. We were opening the presents. It was Christmas Day and everybody was happy and the whole family was, having Christmas as it should be. And I couldn't hold it in. I just had too much pain that day and I cried in front of everybody. And I walked away and I took a walk in the snow, and I was going through the hardest time of my life. The pain will wear you down. The pain will make you not think you can do it. You feel like the pain is unbearable, like I can't go through this. You're praying to God, you're hoping it goes away, because every time I closed my eyes, all I saw was my mother dying. I heard the sounds of death, and they aren't pretty. And I couldn't erase it. She was the person that always was there for me when I had nobody. She was the person I went to for advice. I needed my mom. Without her, I didn't know what to do. I was at work, trying to do my job, but all I wanted to do was rip everything off the wall and just break everything and go crazy because I had too much emotion and too much pain inside. And to be honest with you, I went into a darkness. And that darkness lasted some years. I didn't care no more. I was gonna do whatever I had to do, whatever I wanted to do. I could die if I died. I took a lot of risks and made a lot of mistakes. But I'm standing here today to tell you that we can all get through this. You can get through what you're going through. The pain that you feel right now will not be there tomorrow. Pain doesn't never just go away. But day by day, you can get through it. You can get back to your life the way it was. You can get you a better life. Because without pain, we can't change. The pain changed me. I gained strength from that pain. I made through it. If I can get through that, I can get through anything. Nothing can stop me. I'm unstoppable. And I proved that to myself at my darkest time. At the darkest hour, I found a way to find light. I found a way to get through it and change my life. Become a better person. A person with values. A person with real dreams, real goals to be the best person I can be. I turn the pain into passion. I turn the passion into power. And if I can do it, you can too. Because we're gonna lose loved ones. We can't control when someone dies. That's something that is outside of our control. All we can do is deal with it the best way that we can. We cannot let it destroy us. Because life is going to beat you down. Life is going to make you feel like you can't make it. Life is going to feel like there's no way out. Like you're trapped. You're back against the wall. There's no way to push off. I learned that no matter how much pressure you put on me, I can break through it. I can break through those barriers. You can't confine me. You can't hold me back. Because I've been held back. I've been held back by the greatest pressures you're gonna ever have. And I made it through it. And if I can, you can. Don't let life make you feel like it's hopeless. There's always a way that you can change and get to your destination. This is our legacy. This is our dynasty. This is our opportunity, our one chance at life to show the world who we are. You can sit there and cry about it. You can sit there and let the pain hold you back. But the pain never held me back. It made me stronger. Because without pain, you can't change. If you don't change, then how are you gonna be successful? If we wanna live a different life, if we wanna elevate to a different place, if we wanna be in the sky, if we wanna be in space, if we wanna surpass all the goals that we thought we could surpass, then we have to change. And the only way we can change is to go through the pain. We don't run from the pain. We don't run from our problems. We face them head on. We run straight into our challenges. We run straight into our obstacles, and we break through them. We break through them, we don't break down. And if we break down today and we fall down, we get back up. We stand back on our 10 toes and we walk forward and we keep moving. Even if we're not moving as quick today as we were yesterday, we just keep going. We keep building momentum. I had to let the pain change me. And it hurt. It still hurts. And it's gonna keep hurting. But that's okay, because it lets us know we're alive. Just remember what you're doing it for. Remember your goals. Remember your family, your kids. Just remember yourself, go hard, and don't let the pain destroy you. There's a reason we're here. There's a reason we were born. We have a gift, we have a mission. Just keep looking forward and don't look back. If you look back, that's how you get depressed. We looking forward. We're enjoying the moment. We're having gratitude for what we have because we have it right now. You can do this. I believe in you. If I got through the things that I've been through, the things that I've seen, then you can too. I believe in you. You just gotta believe in yourself.